Welcome to Saturday Sprints. I decided that we would do a pop-up sprint today for Write-A-Thon because I am behind on my word count goal and I need to get some more writing done. If you're new here, my name is Maggie. Welcome to my channel. Currently, we are in our writing era. Well, technically, I've been writing since I was a child, but we're getting back to our writing roots. So we are trying to do Write-A-Thon, which is a 30-day challenge where it's similar to National Novel Writing Month, where you try and get as many words down on whatever project you're working on in a 30-day span. So that's what we're currently doing right now. I currently have 3,470 words. My goal for this month is to get a total of 20,000 words written on my project, Project Shadow. Project Shadow is a historical espionage story set in the Marvel Universe in the 1940s. I've had it in my brain for about 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in August since I first came up with the idea. I would normally just like write it out, as a discovery writer, just like write the story off the top of my brain. But because this is such a big story, like the way I picture it in my brain, I wanted to go ahead and like outline it and map it out. So that's what we're working on this month. We're working on storyboarding. I have the plot completely outlined, so I know what's going to happen. Just realized this is not here, so maybe you can hear me better. There we go. Okay. So I have the plot completely outlined. And then what I'm working on now is the storyboarding, which is where I'm going scene by scene and writing down everything that happens in the scene. So I'm writing down what characters are in the scene, like what they're wearing, like the descriptors involving the characters. I'm writing about the setting, all of the setting descriptors, and then what happens in the scene. So like the goal of the scene, like the character's goal on the scene, what happens, what's the outcome, like their reaction to what happens in the scene, like all of that. And my plan for that is that I'm going to take the entire storyboard and I'm going to use that as like a guideline for when I start actually writing. That way I stay on track and don't kind of go off the wayside, because I've done that before. But all that to say, we are going to go ahead and jump into our first sprint here in a second. If you are watching this on replay, welcome. Go ahead and put in the chat what it is that you are working on for today's sprints. And if you're here, put it in the chat too. I'd love to see it. Let me see if we got anybody in the chat. Not yet, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Okay. Okay, I think that's pinned. Yeah. All right. So put in the chat what it is that you're working on if you're here or if you're on replay. And I think we will go ahead and jump into our first sprint. My goal for today is to get 1,000 words. I think it did say I might have already said this. My brain is a little scattered this morning. I have coffee here, so bear with me. This says plot twist in progress, which I think is perfect for writing, but I definitely need coffee because my brain is not on level today. But all that to say, my goal for today's sprints is to get 1,000 words because I am behind. I'm behind by 5,197 words. And that's like for me to stay on track to reach my 20,000 words at the end of the month. So I need to catch up. I need to write 5,197 more words. But for these sprinting sessions, my goal is just to get 1,000 words. We'll see. If I do more than that, awesome. If not, 1,000 is the goal for today. So let me know what you're working on, what your goal is for the first sprint, and we will jump into it. All right, guys, happy writing. I will check back in with you at the end of this sprint. All right, guys, that was it for that first sprint. I hope it went well for you. Let me know in the chat how many words you got on that one. I got, let's see, 349 words on that sprint. So I think that was pretty good. Like I said earlier, my goal is to get 1,000 words today. If I get more, great, but that's the goal for right now because I'm behind by 5,197 words to stay on track for my 20,000 word goal for the month. So I'm just trying to get caught up on that. But let's see. We have about 5 minutes. So let me know what it is that you're working on and what your goals are for today. But yeah, 5 minutes to just chill. I got finished with that. What scene? What did I just finish? I finished one scene and I started another one. Okay, so I finished the scene that is the second pinch point. So for one of the subplots, we are working on the buildup of Act 2. So I have two more scenes before I reach the first plot point that I need to map out. So hopefully I can get that knocked out today. That'd be nice if I could get that knocked out today. Hi, Miranda. It says you got 113 words, but it's more of a description of the scene I need to work on, so it's not really useful. Hey, that's useful. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's what my whole storyboard thing is basically just me writing out like what every scene is going to be, like the description of the scene, the characters involved, like what I need to focus on. So I think that's useful. I think that helps a lot for when you're writing. So I'm assuming you're in the outlining phase of whatever it is you're working on, or are you just like, or do you write it as you go and then you just like map out the next scene as you write it? Because I know some people do that. They like map it out as they go instead of doing like the whole entire novel. What I'm doing is I am just mapping the whole entire novel out first, so then I can just go through and write the first draft. But yeah, that's the plan, at least for this. We got about another minute left. Oh, your pants are mostly. Your pants are mostly, so you kind of plot as you go. Yeah, I definitely was a pantser. I think I still am a pantser. This is all new for me. Like, this is the first thing that I'm actually plotting out. So I'm kind of like making this whole process up as I go. The stuff that I've written in the past, I have pantsed it as I've gone, and then I just go way off track, and then I don't end up finishing it. But I really want to finish this one, so I'm trying to plot. But it's definitely been a learning curve, and it's slow going because plotting is not my natural tendency. I like to just write whatever comes off the top of my brain. But I am enjoying the storyboarding process because it's kind of giving me that same writing it off the top of my brain feel. But we'll see how that translates into the actual writing process when I get that started. You've tried outlining, but when you try, you just can't think of anything. You have to be in the story to know what comes next. Yeah, I totally get that. It took me a hot minute to plot out my novel and start, like, get the outlining done. The outlining, that took me a long, a long time. I think it was like a month and a half of focusing just on the outline part to try and get it. I think it was like probably 2 months, closer to 2 months. But I knew like the major scenes that I wanted to hit, and it was mostly trying to figure out how to connect them. That was what I struggled with plotting, was trying to figure out how to connect all of those major scenes. So I have it all down. I just don't have like every single little scene down. I know like how it connects, but that's what I'm doing now, is like going through and writing down every single little scene that is going to happen and how they uh like the setting and all of that stuff for them. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Oh, another comment. Yeah, I don't have that kind of patience to wait a month to start. Yeah, yeah. It's been a process. I really want to start writing it, but at the same time, I think what my issue is I'm afraid that if I start writing it and then I like pants it, I'm gonna mess it up, because all of the other stories I've written, I just kind of like I get like bored, I guess. Like I write them in my head, or like I go for a certain point and then it like goes way off track and I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. Or I get another idea for something and I start something else. And so I'm worried if I like try and pants this one, it's gonna just either one, go off the rails, or two, never get finished. So I'm trying to be patient with it, but it is definitely a struggle because I do want to write it, but at the same time I think I'm kind of afraid of writing it because I don't want to mess it up, if that makes any sense. Well, alrighty, let's go ahead and drop back into our second sprint. Go ahead and reset this guy. Just this current segment. We're gonna go for another 25 minutes. So hopefully we get some more words in, and happy writing, you guys. All right, guys, welcome back from that sprint. I hope it went well for you. I got, honestly, I didn't even realize the timer went off. I had some music playing and I was not paying attention. So let's see. What did I get? There it is. I got 400 words that time. Okay. And I was like right in the middle of a sentence. I didn't even finish that sentence. So I probably would have got a little bit more. I was kind of in the zone with that one. How many words did you guys get? Good morning. How are you? Welcome to Saturday Sprints. You didn't even realize the timer went off either. That's good. That's how you know it's a good session. 296 words, and you think you're not. That's good. That's good. Being on a roll is exactly where you want to be. I'm hoping that means I'll get a lot caught up for today. I'm close. I'm one scene away from the first plot point. So, like, where the crap hits the fan and the main character begins the story journey. So I think that's partly why I was on a roll, because I was like getting in the zone for that one. But yeah, it went pretty good. What is your story about, if you don't mind me asking? How far? Oh, you answered my next question. You're at the midpoint. That's got to be a fun place to be too. I'm sure that's a crazy point to be in your novel as well. It's a vampire romance, Beauty and the Beast retelling. Oh, that sounds fun. I'd definitely read that. I like the retelling ones, especially if it's like a monster type romance thing. Mine is it is a I classify it as like a historical espionage type story. So it's set back in the 1940s, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's very, very tense. Where did that go? There it is. We have about 2 more minutes on our break before we'll jump into the next sprint. So if you're running low on snacks or anything, grab them now. I'm going to go ahead and add this total to this other one real quick. Where did I put that at? There's that. And reset that guy. Okay. Yes, 1940s is a fun time period. I haven't done a bunch of research into it yet. I'm getting everything mapped out first in my scenes. And then I will start researching and world building. I haven't tackled that yet because like I said at the end of the last break, I was kind of a pantser, so I've just kind of pantsed a bunch of stuff. So I've never really done a bunch of world building. This story is kind of like my trial by fire into plotting and world building and all of that other stuff, instead of just writing everything off the top of my head. So world building is going to be an interesting undertaking when I'm done with this storyboarding. So if any of you guys have tips on world building and how to not get stuck in a rabbit hole, that would be, I'd appreciate that, because I have no idea where to begin with all of that stuff. Every other story I've written has just been kind of like off the top of my head. You'd love to write some historical romances, but you're such a stickler for facts, and sometimes in fiction you have to bend the truth. Yeah, definitely got to bend the truth sometime in fiction. I think I'm going to hit up the library and hopefully they can give me some stuff. But also mine is set in the Marvel universe, so I kind of feel like I have a little bit of leeway with truth bending a bit, but I'm going to try and make it as accurate as possible. But we'll see. I definitely have a lot of research to do. I started a little bit on a timeline type thing. I've used AI. But I haven't fully mapped out the whole world building timeline and all of that stuff. That'll be the next project. But that was a timer. Our break is up. We're going to jump into the next sprint. So with that, let's get started, and happy writing, you guys. I'll check back in with you on the next break. All right, guys, welcome back from that sprint. How did everybody do? I got 301 words on that sprint, so that was pretty good. But towards the end there, I kind of got a little sidetracked because I realized that I'm going to have to research this next part. So I was making notes on like what I needed to research because in my story, the first plot point is like takes place as like there's an escape. So I need to have a map and know where they're going to be on this map and how they're going to get to where they need to go. So I was kind of trying to do a little research to find what this place would have looked like in 1942, and I kind of fell down a rabbit hole there towards the end. Okay, Miranda says she got 383 words. That's a good sprint. Are you done with your midpoint, or are you still in the middle of it? Where does the story take place? Germany, UK, or USA? It's Soviet Union, so that's where it's taken place at. So I'm trying to look up 1940s Soviet Union maps, and I have no knowledge of this, so it's going to be interesting to research. Miranda, yeah, that's the problem I always have with researching after I've drafted, because one piece of information can change the course of your whole scene. Yes, that's part of the reason why I'm trying to do this storyboard, is to get like figure out the setting, figure out like all of that stuff up front, and maybe get like a little bit of research under my belt, or at least just enough to kind of like write the scenes out. And then after I draft everything, go back and add in more research as needed, because I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll probably change as I actually start writing it. But I'm trying to get an idea of what I'll need beforehand. You're still in the midpoint. The hero's coming to the rescue. Okay, that's a good part to be. Yeah, I can't wait until I get to that point. I'm still in the very baby steps of mine. But yeah, what are you working on, Green Ruled? Are you working on a story, or are you just here for some productivity sprints? Gothic horror. Okay, that sounds right up my alley too. Are you in the beginning of yours, or are you pretty far along in your drafts? And Miranda, I know you said you're currently writing, but are you on like your first draft, or are you further along, like on your revising and all of that stuff? I feel like it's going to take me a long point to get any of that to the editing stage. I mean, the whole outlining process took me forever, and now I'm scene mapping, so it'll be a long while before I get there. In the middle of editing the rough draft. Okay, that sounds fun. Do you do so? Like when you edit, do you do like a word count goal for like how much you edit, or how do you, or do you even track statistics or anything when you're editing? I have never gotten to that point. All of the stuff that I've written, I pantsed, and then I never went back and edited ever. So that'll be a milestone as well. Uh, First draft, but I kind of revise as I go. You'll get there. Every book feels like it will never be over. Yeah. No, not really. You don't keep statistics. Okay. I was just curious about that, because I know right now I'm tracking the word counts for my scene mapping, and then I'll end up tracking word count when I draft. I'm just kind of using it as like a little goal to keep me on track, because otherwise I feel like I'll lose momentum and it'll feel like it's never ending. I'm excited about this story, but it does feel overwhelming at times, because I think I have like super high hopes for it, like what I want it to be. So I'm like stressing myself out about it. Um, when I edit, you do keep statistics just the same word count goals as you'd have for writing. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know for when I eventually get there. I'm a pantser, so the whole story after I'm done is nothing but edit, edit, edit. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been, but I've never gotten to the edit stage because I kind of get sidetracked. Like a new story will pop in my brain, and I'm like, all right, let's go write this story, and then I never go back to the other one to edit it. Or I've like pantsed it so much that I have no idea where I'm going, and I just stop writing on it and start something else. So I'm trying to not do that with this one. That's why I'm trying to plot it and outline it and all of that, and it's taking forever because it is not my niche at all. But the timer just went off, so let's hop back into our next sprint. And with that, happy writing, and I'll check back in with you at break time. All right, guys, back from that sprint. Honestly, I kind of felt like I blinked and that sprint went by like super fast. I did not get very many words done. I got 164 words on that sprint, and that's kind of because I fell into a research rabbit hole. But I did manage to figure out where they're actually going to be at and how they're going to escape. So progress, I guess. Maybe not in words, but as far as figuring out like the setting and stuff for this scene. Hello. Okay. Blurred out for a second there. But I think it was a little bit of progress, even though the words did not go. Let's see. Miranda said that she took a break for lunch, so she didn't get much done. And I didn't add my little $sign placeholder, so I'm not sure how many words. Do you write in like in Google or Word, or what writing software do you use? I use Scrivener, and it lets me set session targets, and I can reset it every sprint. So that's how I know how many words I got. Which, let me go ahead and write those down. Scrivener. Oh, I did not know about that. I'll have to look up a short. Oh, so if you do use Scrivener, so what you do to set that, go up to the top where it says project. In the drop-down menu, hit project targets. And then you can set your word goal for the overall project. It focuses mainly on the manuscript, or you can have it under options where it does whatever is in your whatever you're going to be compiling. And then you can also set a target goal. And then you can set for your session, you can have it where it is every time you open Scrivener, or if it is at a specific time each day that you write or whatnot, that can be your session. I just have it for every time I open Scrivener, it starts a new session. And then when I am writing or doing writing sprints, there's a reset button next to the session. So you can reset the word count back to 0. I just do that after every sprint and make a note of what it was, that how many words I got for that sprint. So I hope that helps if you want to try that out for the next sprint. But I found that that helps me. And then at the end of whatever I'm writing, I just go back and total it all up. Yes, definitely try that out. That helps. Just make sure you write it down after each sprint if you choose to reset it, because otherwise it's going to keep doing, like, it'll keep going. I learned that I thought it would reset, but it didn't. And so one time I forgot to hit reset, and it just kept counting for however many sprints I did. So it gave me my total when I was done writing for the day, but I didn't know how many I got each sprint, so I just reset it every time. But if you're not doing sprints and you're just sitting down to write, it's also good to have it that way as well. Okay, we got, there it is. Got about 5 more minutes left on this break. It gave us a long break because we did 4 sprints. I got 1 more sprint in me, and then I have to go run some errands. So the next one will be our last sprint for this morning. But how are we feeling so far? Is everybody doing good with their overall goal? I don't think I asked you guys what your goals were for, where's the, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get this. There it is, side by side. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I asked you guys what your goals are for today, or just in general. I know what you guys are working on, but did you have a specific word count goal that you were trying to get to? My word count goal was for 1,000 to edit at least 10 pages. How many have you managed to edit so far? Three. Hey, that's good. That's good progress. That's good progress. Are you going like line by line and like doing in depth, or are you doing like developmental edits and all of that stuff? You have a Substack where you release a chapter a week, so you have to stay ahead of that. And I'm hoping to release the whole book at the end of August. No real daily goal except to write. That's cool. I don't have a Substack. I think I might have made one, but I haven't gotten on it. So I will look. I'm gonna make a note of that. Substack. I'll go check out your Substack. Okay. I made a note of it to go check it out. I think I have a Substack. If I do, I never post on it. I'll have to look and see. But yeah, no real daily goal except to write. Yeah, that's a good. I need to be better about daily writing. It doubles as my newsletter, and then I made a paid tier because I needed. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this Write-A-Thon, is because I feel like if I don't set a goal for myself or like a deadline of sorts, then I'm just going to keep working on this forever, because it's already been 2 years since I first got the idea for this, and I haven't even started at like actually writing it yet. I'm still like in the outlining plotting phase. I'm sure if I had pantsed it, I'd probably be like pretty far along in it. But with my history of pantsing, I don't think I would have actually gone back and tried to edit it and all of that. And I'm so excited about this story. I feel like I kind of have to do it justice. So I'm not mad at where I'm at. I just need to get better working on it. So that's what my goal is with the Write-A-Thon, is to make more progress on it and kind of challenge myself, because the few times that I did NaNoWriMo, I did really well because it was kind of like fast paced, just getting the words down on the page. I'm setting up my pre-order on Amazon, but that just creates a rushed mess. I'm hoping a weekly deadline spreads out the panic. Okay, that's cool. So will you be airing a live sprint every Saturday? So for Write-A-Thon, I've been doing live sprints every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So the next one's going to be this upcoming Wednesday, the 17th at 6:30. Then I have another one on the 24th at 6:30, and then the last one's going to be on the 30th at 6:30, and that's just so we can finish out the month together. I'm thinking about doing another Saturday one, but it probably wouldn't be until the 27th if you guys are interested in that, because I have stuff going on next weekend. But I think I could do the 27th again at 9:30 if you guys are interested in Saturday ones. But I do them every Wednesday. And if you need extra momentum, like for writing, there are some on my channel, so you can go back and watch the replays if you'd like. I missed it. Me too. It helped me get a lot of words down. So that's kind of what Write-A-Thon is. It's my own little NaNoWriMo for like 30 days. Whenever there's a month that has 30 days, that's what I've been doing. The first one I did was Plot-A-Thon, where I just tried to like plot my novel like NaNoWriMo, but plot it out in 30 days. And this one I'm writing, so Write-A-Thon. Yeah, it definitely helped a lot of people getting into writing and sticking with it every single day. It's a good challenge. But I did, let's see. What I changed about mine was I made different levels for like the goal. Where is it at? No. Jump back into that last sprint. Because I know with NaNoWriMo, it's like everybody does their like, I think the standard's like 50,000 words, but I where's it at? Goodness. There it is. Okay. That was what I set up for myself because everybody does like their 50,000. I think the standard, if I'm remembering correctly, for NaNoWriMo was 50,000 words by the end of the month. But when you work full time and you have like a bunch of other stuff going on in your life, 50,000 words is kind of a lot. So I kind of made it like a level system to like challenge if anyone wanted to do specific level on their own. So technically I'm doing orange, 20,000 words. Someday I would love to try black, getting 100,000 words in a month. I definitely, that would be a crazy, crazy, crazy goal. Uh, here's a way to keep yourself in check with writing, Write-A-Thon. That's is that what you're saying? Um, cool. I like the level system better than just 50K. Yeah, I feel like it works better. And then like the white would be set your own goal. So like if there's like a certain number you wanted, like say you wanted 25,000 instead of 20, you would do white level, but it's 25,000 word goal. And I do have, it should be in the link in the comments below. There's a TrackBear Leaderboard where I'm keeping my stats that you can join if you want to put your stats in there too, just for like accountability. But that's what I've been doing is just tracking my word count in there. And then TrackBear also gives you a word goal that you have to hit each day to hit your target goal in a certain amount of time. And if you fall off, it updates it, which is how I knew I was behind by 5,197 words. But yeah, that's the levels. So I think it makes it more fun to be like, oh yeah, I'm doing red level or orange level or whatever level, and have that goal. And because 50,000 words is a lot, and sometimes you, like, if you're like me, I just graduated, but I was in school working full time and also trying to write, so there's a lot going on. But let's go ahead and start our last sprint. Oh, let me do this. All right, you guys, happy writing. I will check back in with you after the break. All right, guys, that was the last sprint. It was kind of a bust for me. I only got 32 words written, and that is because I was kind of in a downward spiral because I realized that I'm going to have to add in some more scenes to get this to work, to get this escape attempt to work, and to get them where I need them to be for the first plot point. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to do that, and I'm going to have to rework Act 1 and Act 2, I think, for what I've done. Which I think I said this before, but I have a total of 10 acts in my story. It's like the same normal standard novel 3-act structure or whatever, but I just broke it down into little chunks to make it easier for me. So when I say Act 2, it's, I guess, standard novel. It would be Act 1 still, but I have it broken up into little pieces. But yeah, 32 words because I kind of went down a mental spiral there. Let's see. Green Ruled said they picked 50K because the definition of a novel is a story that is at least 50K. Yeah. I think that's why they picked, that for NaNoWriMo. Yeah. But I ended up changing it to the different levels for myself so that it could be flexible if you're still working on it and you don't have a lot of time, or you decide that you want to write something else that's not a novel length, or like that's a short story or something. Miranda said she only got 99 words written. Okay, I don't feel as bad about the 32 words. But yeah, I was kind of in a downward spiral there, trying to figure out how to rework this. So I'm gonna have to go back into it and see. First I was thinking I was gonna have to rework everything, and then I was like, I think I can make it work by adding in some extra scenes. So that's what we'll do. But I'm going to go ahead and total up my entire word count for today just to see how much I got done. My goal was 1,000 words. The first sprint I got 349. Second was 400. The third sprint was 301. The fourth was 164. And this last one I got 32. So my entire day's total for today is 1,246. I will take that. You added 2 new scenes. Okay, cool. That's good. That you have to edit, like you added them in as you're editing, or you added 2 more scenes that you edited to your total? Miranda said she got 1,038 words for the day. That's really good. That's good progress. So that means I am only behind on my word count goal, 3,951 words. I need to get that. According to TrackBear, it says I need to get that much today to be back on track. But I don't know if we're going to get that today. You added them in new. Okay. Oh, so you were editing and you realized you needed to add in extra scenes as well. I will say I'm glad that I figured this out on the storyboard part, that I wasn't like in the middle of pantsing it and like writing a couple of thousand words and then be like, oh crap, I have to go back and add in all of these scenes and edit it out. At least this way it's just seeing the map that I'm doing, so I can really easily just add a new scene card and plot it out and not have like thousands of words that I have to go back and delete or rework and whatnot. So I do think I'm going to probably stick with this type of process in the future. I think it is helping me in that regard. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I got to go run some errands. But I think I will do another Saturday sprint probably on the 27th, because I don't know if I'll be able to do one next Saturday. But I think I'm going to go ahead and schedule one for the 27th if you guys want to do another Saturday one. Have a good day, Miranda. And you too, Green Rule. Thank you guys for joining me. If you want to come to the next sprint, it is going to be on Wednesday. It's going to be at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And yeah, I will be back here, and I hope to see you guys as well. If you're on the replay crew, leave in the comments what you got done, what your goals were, and everything. And I guess the YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff I always forget to say. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much, you guys. I had such a good time. Thank you for working with me. I feel accomplished that I got 1,200 words when 1,000 was my goal. And I will see you guys back here on Wednesday. Have a great day, y'all.